Good morning from the Grass Valley booth here at NAB 2018. Day 4, the final day at NAB, and we're going to start off talking with Lee Buchanan, Senior Director of Networking. Lee, Senior Director of Networking, what does that mean?
So, Senior Director of Networking, that means that me and my team are responsible for product management of the routing, monitoring, and control products. So that would cover SDI routers, IP routing systems, routing control systems, as well as all of the monitoring tools that are involved in those routing systems. Sorry.
So what is most exciting for you about IP?
So for me, the thing that's exciting about IP is all of the flexibility that it provides. In the past, we've always been tied to the physical connectivity for devices, and that's really limited the workflows that we can deliver. So by moving to IP, we free ourselves from those constraints, and so we can create some really inventive and creative workflows that really let people tell better stories.
So why has Grass Valley focused on solutions that use COTS IP switches rather than developing its own proprietary solution?
Well, so I guess first of all, COTS IP solutions really has a couple of meanings. In terms of processing, it means servers that can run standard software. In terms of routing and switching, it means IP switches that are multi-purpose, so they can be used in data centers. They can also be used for broadcast. And we've leveraged that technology rather than creating our own, and the reasons for that are, first of all, customers are really asking us to use industry standard COTS solutions. Proprietary solutions are much harder to work with in the long run, so we've taken that feedback from customers, and that's the approach that we've followed. Some of the technical reasons or the details behind why that's beneficial to us as a vendor is that the amount of investment that goes into the COTS world is orders of magnitude more than the amount of R&D investment in the broadcast world. We're very small in terms of an industry in the big picture, and so by leveraging COTS solutions, we can stay a generation ahead. We've seen broadcast vendors that have approached things from a proprietary direction. And currently they're at least 2 generations behind in terms of feeds and speeds compared to the COTS solutions.
And Grass Valley is a founding member of AIMS, so I just want to talk about that. So how does being a member of AIMS benefit Grass Valley as a manufacturer and benefit the potential customer?
So from a Grass Valley perspective, it's really about interoperability and being able to work with other vendors. The acquisition of SAM is a prime example of how beneficial that is to us as a vendor. We're here at the show here at NAB this year, and we're already showing integrated solutions from playout through networking, every area of our product lineup, where we've got the former SAM products and the Grass Valley products interoperable, working together on the stand in just a matter of weeks. So that's one of the things from a vendor perspective that really is an advantage to industry standards. If we'd taken a proprietary approach, we would still be working on those types of integrations for months and months and months. From a customer perspective, it's really the same thing. There's, as a customer, being able to pick and choose best of breed for any product category and know that they'll work together. That's really the advantage of being industry standard based.
Excellent. So give us an overview of what a COTS-based solution looks like today.
Well, so a COTS-based solution today is actually much more advanced than it was early on, say a few years ago when we first started to deploy IP-based systems. The first systems were monolithic IP switches, and they were wrapped with gateways because there were very few devices that natively supported IP. So as the industry's matured, what we're seeing is the more complex network topologies like leaf and spine, border leaf connectivity between different networks, and we're seeing a lot more native IP devices, switchers, cameras, all having native IP connectivity, and so that's really brought those networks, rather than looking like direct replacement for an SDI router, they really are becoming IP networks now.
So where are COTS-based solutions being successfully deployed today?
Short answer is everywhere. So everything from House of Worship through new media. There are customers such as BCE, Canal Plus, that are doing studios, Arena TV, Timeline, NEP are doing outside broadcast. We've got customer LinkedIn in new media who is doing distributed studio systems. So there's really no area where we haven't seen IP start to penetrate.
So if there's one thing you want people to remember for what Grass Valley is showing at NAB with regard to IP and or COTS, what would that one thing be?
That one thing would be industry standards. So going back to what I mentioned before with the integration, I think that's a real strong testament to how important industry standards really are. Whether we're talking about off-the-shelf serving solutions with software processing, or whether we're talking about COTS IP with AIMS and SMPTE 2110 and all the IP standards, being able to know that you can take a piece of equipment and put it into a network and have it work, that's really the most important thing. So IP standards, industry standards, and adherence to those.
Thanks, Lee, and thanks for joining us here from the Grass Valley booth at NAB 2018.